Let's be honest for a second. How many more years are you going to stand in front of that mirror and tell yourself the same old lie? How many more times are you going to say, "I'll start when things settle down," or "maybe next year is my year"? The truth is, 2026 doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't care about the people who walked out on you, the money you lost, or how unfair your childhood was. 2026 is just a date on a calendar, a blank canvas that is completely indifferent to your excuses. But here's the thing, you are the one holding the brush. So are you going to paint the same blurry, frustrated picture you've been painting for a decade? Or are you finally going to create a masterpiece? We all like to think we have it hard, but let's look at someone like Nick Vujicic. This man was born without arms or legs. Think about that for a second. Every basic thing we take for granted, getting dressed, brushing our teeth, was a monumental challenge for him. He could have spent his life as a victim, but he didn't. He realized that his disability was actually his greatest platform. He often says that his limitations opened doors that would have stayed shut for anyone else. If Nick can find a reason to lead a global movement without limbs, what's your excuse? Is it that you're tired? That you don't have enough connections? Look at Damon John. When he started FUBU, he wasn't a millionaire with a venture capital firm behind him. He had $40. 40. He worked at Red Lobster while sewing hats in his mom's basement. He didn't have a safety net. He had a must-win mentality. He proved that being broke isn't a permanent condition. It's a temporary starting point. Success isn't something that just happens to you because you're a good person or because it's your turn. Eric Thomas, a guy who went from being homeless to one of the most influential speakers in the world, has a quote that should be tattooed on your brain. When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. Most people just kind of want it. You kind of want to lose weight. You kind of want to start that business. You kind of want to be debt-free. But you don't want it more than you want to sleep in. T. Harv Eker put it perfectly. If you are willing to do only what's easy, life will be hard. But if you are willing to do what's hard, life will be easy. 2026 is going to be a hard year if you keep making easy choices. If you want 2026 to be the year you finally break through, you have to get locked in. In the US, we talk a lot about the Mamba mentality. Kobe Bryant lived by one word, obsession. He didn't show up to the gym to work out, he showed up to dominate. Being locked in means the noise of the world fades away. It means you stop caring about the parties you aren't invited to and the trends you aren't following. You have to decide what you're willing to be bad at so you can be great at the one thing that matters. You can't be everything to everyone and still be a champion. Think about Amy Purdy. At 19, she lost both of her legs to meningitis. Her life as she knew it was over. But she asked herself a question that changed everything. If your life was a book and you were the author, how would you want your story to go? She didn't write a tragedy. She wrote an epic. She went on to become an Olympic medalist and a world-class dancer. She realized that her legs didn't define her spirit did. So what are you writing? Are you writing the chapter where you finally give up? Or is 2026 the chapter where the protagonist, that's you, finally stops complaining and starts conquering? Remember, if you aren't actively changing your life, you are choosing your life. If you stay in a job you hate or a body you aren't proud of, you are choosing that reality every single day you don't fight to change it. We all wait for January 1st like it's a magic reset button. But newsflash, the clock striking midnight doesn't change your habits. You don't need a new year, you need a new mindset. The change doesn't happen when the calendar turns. It happens when you get disgusted. When you look at your bank account, your health, or your relationships and say, enough is enough. Brian Tracy found that people with written, clear goals are exponentially more successful than those who just have wishes. Do you have your 2026 goals written down, or are they just floating around in your head next to the lyrics of a song you don't even like? Start small. Pick 2 things. Maybe it's reading for 30 minutes or hitting the gym every morning. These micro wins build the momentum that make you unstoppable. Look, the world has enough spectators. It has enough people sitting in the stands tweeting about what other people are doing. It's time for you to get on the field. It's time for you to be the one people cheer for. You weren't born to be average. You weren't born to just pay bills and die. You have a reservoir of strength inside you that you haven't even tapped into yet. As Les Brown says, shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. The version of you that is disciplined, fearless, and obsessed is waiting for you in 2026. But that version of you requires the current version of you to die. You have to kill the excuses. You have to kill the I'll do it tomorrow. 2026 is your year, not because the stars aligned, but because you decided it was. You are not born to lose. You are born to win. Lock in, focus, and go get what's yours.